We need to talk about the New York Jets and their quarterback problem. Yesterday, the Jets only completed 9 passes while punting the ball 10 times. And they lost that game 10-3 against their bitter rival, the New England Patriots, after a last second punt return. And after the game, second year quarterback Zach Wilson, who supposedly their franchise player, told the media that he didn't feel like the offense let the defense down. What? And the Jets defense that had 6 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, and didn't even allow a touchdown for the first time since 2019. And then Zach Wilson stood in front of the media and said, "Not my problem," essentially. Wilson is young, and he's going to make mistakes as he learns about how to take accountability publicly in this league. And there are a lot of people piling on to him today, and I'm not going to join in on that. Partly because I'm not going to say anything that Dan Orlovsky or Colin Cowherd haven't already said, but mainly because there's no point in wasting energy scolding a quarterback that shouldn't even be in the game. And the Jets now are in last place in what looks like the best division in football and are wasting a prime opportunity to go to the playoffs for the first time in 12 years. At the same time, they're trying to develop a quarterback that might be ready for the moment someday, but definitely isn't ready for that moment right this second. Jets head coach Robert Saleh choosing to play Zach Wilson over Joe Flacco, who has started 4 less games than Wilson this season, but still has more touchdown passes, is going to alienate Wilson from his teammates and stunt the development of everybody on the team for the sake of trying to bring along one guy. Now, Wilson is having trouble seeing open wide receivers. He's repeatedly floating balls on short to intermediate passes. There's no zip, no urgency on his checkdowns, everything. And when he does hit a wide open wide receiver, the balls often get dropped because the dudes are trying to make plays even more because of the limited opportunities. Maybe the Jets are actually afraid of another Geno Smith situation, who got his jaw broken by a teammate in 2015 that led to Ryan Fitzpatrick throwing for a team record 31 touchdowns in a 10-win season, and that still didn't result in a playoff berth. Maybe they see Geno Smith balling out for the Seahawks 7 years later and don't want to mess up this opportunity to develop a young franchise quarterback. But the truth is, Geno Smith is an extreme outlier. The Jets are much closer to ruining Zach Wilson the way that they ruined Sam Darnold. And the New York media has already latched on to his comments saying that they didn't let the defense down, the same way that they latched on to Sam Darnold saying that he was seeing ghosts. And the chances that Wilson is going to be able to live that moment down are slim to none in the New York media, especially if he can't lead the team to a win this weekend against a quarterback that the Jets passed on drafting for him in Justin Fields. The right thing for the New York Jets, their fans, the locker room, Zach Wilson himself, is to let Joe Flacco go out there and be the boring statue that he's always been, so you can limit mistakes and let this defense, which is one of the best in the league, go out there and cook. And now the goal for the Jets down the stretch needs to be reaching 10 wins, and they're not going to do that behind the arm of a man who can't get 10 completions in the game. Let that sink in.